Hello everyone, it's the Anime here, and today we're going to be starting a new series, is What If Deku Had the Death Note? Now I've seen this on What If Universe, but it sounded like a good idea, so as long as it's okay with him, I think I'm going to just, kind of sneak you over there and kind of snatch a little idea from that playbook, but yeah. So basically I'm changing up the story a lot because obviously I don't want to be copying him, and well, in his story, basically he gets the death note when he gets the slud villain attack and all that. But here, I must say that's kind of like a quirk, but also not a quirk. It's gonna be weird, but you'll see. So basically, he's born and he has red eyes. So doctor's like, none of one in your family have red eyes. It must be like a genetic mutation with his quirk. And later in life, when he learns how to talk, he can say that yeah, he can see people's names. And I'm not giving him the day of the death because that's just a little too grim for the type of show. Even though he will be, killing people with a death note, but yeah, I just don't want him to see people's death notes, especially people's Bakuyo's and Uraraka's. Well, actually, he may not be able to see those that much, but you know, just just so to keep it a little bit more bright side, he won't be able to see people's death dates and all that. Say he's born with the Shinigami eyes, and then when he turns 16, he finds this thing laying in his bedroom called the Death Note, and when he touches it, Ryuk is immediately there, finally freaking touched the thing. He's like, what thing? Well, you see, and Ryuk's like, well, you see, when you were born, you had Shinigami eyes. Now, normally this would be like a deal that you have to make and give the Shinigami half your lifespan, but since you were born with it, because, well, it's gonna mix in with the mom thing, but I mean dad thing. So basically, Deku's dad is gonna be a Shinigami, and it's not gonna be Ryuk. I'm just gonna keep it secret because I don't feel like making a whole different Shinigami. But basically, his dad's a Shinigami, so he's a mixture of a Shinigami and a human. So that's why he was born with the, you know, Shinigami eyes. But since he's not full Shinigami, he can't see people's death dates. That's the reason why. So yeah, and basically, he was just waiting for him to touch the Death Note. But since he's not full Shinigami, he still needs a Shinigami to watch over him. So that's basically what he says. Ryuk says to him yeah. So and then Deku reads through the Death Note. He's like, okay, well, considering I can see you here, it's probably real. So, but I want to be a hero. I don't want to kill people. And he's like, well, why don't you just kill the villains? And everyone doesn't know anything about this. And I forgot to mention that it's after the Sludge villain attack and after Deku saves Bakugo and all that. So All Might, but in this timeline, All Might didn't come up to him off of his quirk. So he's like, yeah. So no one fall in this, nothing like that. So basically, so it's well, I guess this could have been pretty useful during a Sludge villain attack. Uh, he didn't have it back then, so he's like, okay, so how do I use it? So he's just Ryuk just tells a joke can you not read? Just read the rules, damn it. Just to add a little funny part in there. So basically, Deku reads the rules and everything more detailed than Light did, alright? Because he kind of skimmed through them and was like, okay, I got a handle on it. But he reads all the rules, everything. Then Deku's like, should I tell my mom? She's like, she kinda already knows. But also doesn't know because the Shinigami was in disguise. But the person had red eyes. So she knows why you have your quirk, but she just thought that was a quirk. But she doesn't know about the whole Death Note thing, basically. That's what Ryu says, so keep it a secret. And he was like, okay, okay. So basically, he 9 months train. 9 months passed, and Deku trained for the UA exams, but really doesn't do much, in the UA exams, considering they're all robots and they don't have names or anything. And Ryuk's just like, bruh, why did you even try? And Deku's like, be quiet. But he does get into the general studies class, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna get in the general studies class. And Ryuk does a little spying. Now I'm kind of taking some parts from the series that What If Universe did, but that's because it's like the only way that the story could really play out. So Ryuk does some spying and finds out that the sports festival coming up, and if you do good in it, you could transfer over to the hero class. So basically, he's like, okay, I can do this. And Ryuk's like, yeah, you could like win every match, just use your death note. And he looks at him like, I'm not about to kill like 6 people just so I can be a hero, and I may not even get accepted because my quirk's not even that good. Ryuk's like, fair point, fair point. So then what are you planning to do? I'm like, I'm gonna join. And he says, I'm gonna join the support class. And he's like, why are you gonna join the support class? He's like, in order to win, I need to make some, weapons. And they basically decline him in the support class, but he says that he can still make support gear if he really wants to in the sports festival. And also, another person also starts to make gear with him, Shinsho. So yeah, Shinsho starts to make gear with him because they meet up in the general studies class and they both want to become heroes. So they're like, alright. So basically, this is a manga spoiler, but Shinsho creates a voice boxing that manipulates a voice to anyone who hears. It automatically adjusts to that voice, and you can like make that voice. So then he can like trick people into talking to a person that's actually him. So then he can mind control them. And then Deku makes like a power, like power loads quick. Well, basically mounts that, but it punches the ground rapidly, so it can make holes in the ground, and also can punch his opponent rapidly. Basically, they get the paper sign, and it's like the sports festival already, because not that much happened. Oh wait, frick, I'm forgetting the UA. Everything happens in the USJ arc, because Deku really hasn't used the Death Note at all. He's trying to keep it low. So basically, with the equipment, everything actually goes the same, basically, until the tournament arc, because Deku, like, doesn't use his quirk in the obstacle course race, so he still gets number 1. And then in the cavalry battle, Ryuk helps a little bit by like punching people and stealing people's headbands and stuff like that, and they're kind of confused. But Deku gets him, and his teammate, and Shinsho is one of his teammates too in the cavalry battle, so kind of like Shinsho's just like mind controlling people too. But Shinsho and none of his teammates in the cavalry battle notice that he keeps on getting headband, and then they look up and like, how did you get that many headbands? And he's like, I have my ways. And he's like, and they just look at him like, huh? What the fuck? So after that, the tournament battle starts, and this is actually when they start using the gear, because they're like, okay, so this is around the time that we should start using our gear, because it's a tournament with people who actually, mostly Deku, but actually have like powerful quirks. So yeah. And now, like, people don't know that Shinsho has a mind control quirk at all, because he was using his voice boxing. So basically, that means that they just thought it was someone else, and then they just blocked out or something like that. So they thought it was someone else's quirk, but it was actually Shinsho's. So now the tournament arc starts, and basically Deku versus Shinsho first. But since Deku knows what Shinsho's ability is and knows what his voice boxing does, he doesn't fall for it. And Shinsho's just like, yeah, I lost it once we got paired because you already know all my abilities. So Shinsho basically just walks out and just like, yeah, I can't win this match. Especially with your equipment, it's way better than mine. And I have no like voice equipment. And you, even without the equipment, you probably beat me. So he's just like, yeah. And he walks out of the ring and everyone's just like, why would he walk out of the ring? And Shinsho's just like, I had no chance of winning this. And everyone's just like, oh, okay. So after that, then everything goes the same, and Uraka doesn't know Deku, so she loses even worse than she did in original, because she doesn't have like the will to keep on fighting like Deku does. So that happens even worse. Lydia, everything like that, still loses. Basically, everything goes the same up to Deku and Todoroki. Now this one's gonna be like, Deku's gonna be able to break through the ice and everything like that. And then Todoroki starts getting slower like in the original. So then he's like, you won't be able to defeat me with your eyesight anymore. And he doesn't know that he uses fire sight, so he thinks he has it won. So then he just runs towards him and then punches him in the gut. And since he doesn't know anything about the fire sight and the quirk, Todoroki coughs up blood and he wins. Like, Deku wins this because Todoroki doesn't use his fire side. So then basically everything goes the same. It's Bakugo versus Deku, and Bakugo's just like, I'm gonna end this damn nerd. And well, it's like, so he starts digging a tunnel underground Deku, so that Bakugo doesn't know where he's coming from. He's like, wow, okay. So then he just points his hand at the ground and waits until he can like kind of start feeling vibrations, because he thought like, okay, if I'm gonna win this, this is like the only way. And once he starts feeling vibration, he blasts a shot at the ground and it knocks out Deku, because he doesn't have a quirk. So he does have a quirk, but it's kind of like, it's not a quirk technically, since it's Shinigami eyes, right? Give or take, it's basically a quirk. So now that Deku's knocked out, Bakugo wins, and Deku actually gets accepted into the hero course, and that's basically where I'm going to leave it off for today. This has like been 12 minutes, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And next is going to be the Stain arc, when Deku actually uses the deathnote for the first time. So yeah, hope you're excited for that. Bye.